Well, it's another year, and another day I actually got around to making and uploading a video. Hi, I'm the Goblin from the Grotto, which this channel is named, and welcome to my channel. Normally, and I do say that somewhat loosely, I upload videos related to painting or reviewing miniatures. This will be one of those, although that will kind of be happening more in the background. The main focus of this video is to show my appreciation to you, the viewer, and to discuss my experience with something we all reach towards to some extent. I don't go into much detail regarding my life outside this screen, but suffice to say, it hasn't always been super great during this monumental moment in history. That said, I have gotten to experience some truly wonderful things with some amazing people I care deeply for, and I've crossed a few thresholds I had never considered myself capable of before. In regards to this channel, I am currently at 33 subscribers. I never expected to get 10 subscribers, let alone 3 times that, and then more. You guys, this has been a really unexpected gift. You know, this is just the kind of little hobby of mine. Painting miniatures is sort of the grander hobby that I've been into for the past couple of years, and it's just been really nice to share it with people and to have anybody really take an interest in what I'm doing. It's been really cool. And with the Kickstarter videos, which is where I would assume most people found and subscribed from, those I put out to help people figure out what they wanted to get from that Kickstarter. I hope to do that with some other Kickstarters in the future. I have one coming up soon, a smaller one. There's a bigger one that's a little more complicated considering it's not actually been fully fulfilled yet. So we'll see the timeline of that. But you know, it's really been something special to see your comments, your support, your subscription, the likes that you guys leave on videos. It's been really great. You know, whether you have just been a silent viewer or one of those subscribers, commenters, what have you, it's been really motivating, and it's made my day to see y'all's support for this channel. Now, with that in mind, what I'd like to spend some time talking about while you're watching me paint in the background, and I will comment on that at points, but mainly what I'd like to talk about here is goals or milestones. You know, I had a few for this channel, but nothing crazy. My main goals and milestones were to release all of those Kickstarter videos, which was a process for someone who did not even have a video editor at the start of everything. And I'm not referring to a person, but an actual program. I did not have a video editing program. And then to get one, which right now I'm using Movie Studio 16, which I thought had all the features, but apparently there's stuff missing. I don't know. Which does not support the file format that I recorded. So I have to do a lot of roundabout processing, and it's a whole headache. Thankfully, this video, I was able to have it edited up on my partner's laptop, which has its own little editing suite on there that accepts these video files. But yes, it's a whole rigmarole going on over here with this video production. Knowing that there were folks out there who were interested in seeing what I was putting out, and knowing that at least when it came to those Kickstarter videos, that there was sort of a deadline. You know, Kickstarter was going to end, the follow-up, the 5.5 pledge manager was going to close, all that sort of going on with, you know, the support and subscriptions, the likes they all were giving me. It was really motivating to actually get it done. And as someone who definitely has trouble with that sort of thing, it was really helpful, really motivating. And yeah, I can't thank y'all enough, because that was really fulfilling to get all that done. So those are bits of milestones as far as the channel is concerned. Going forward, I have like a handful of little milestones. Like I want to get certain videos out. But other than that, most of my milestones right now are kind of personal. But they may be related to this hobby. And one of them is actually unfolding right now. This video is showcasing me painting my 200th miniature. Specifically, and also a sort of milestone, is this is my first mini from the Bones 5 Kickstarter that I'm painting. I've had all these minis for some time now, and I have not painted them because I was doing these videos and I didn't want to have them painted up to show off on the thing because I wanted to show them as they came. And they don't come painted, so. But yeah, so this is the owl bear from the Dungeon Dwellers expansion of the Bonestick Kickstarter, which you can check out my review of via the card in the link below. There should be one up in the top right corner. I don't know if that'll open up a new tab or not. I'm not a YouTube expert. This also has some sentimental value to me as well, as the very first miniature I ever painted was a owl bear from WizKids. It came from the Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, like monster paint series. I think it was actually like Army Painter. It just had the Nolzur's sort of brand over it, but it came with this owlbear miniature, and it was the very first mini I ever painted. I watched a handful of tutorials and I just had at it, and I've been painting ever since. So I thought it would be a really nice sort of, not close the book as though I'm done, but at least on this little chapter, rounding out 200, to go back to the roots and paint another owlbear, which you're seeing here. I will show the miniature at the end comparing to this one, so you can kind of see different styles and maybe technique changes. This is going to be kind of a really simple paint job on this owlbear. You saw I started, I basted brown, and I was going to do that regardless because I think it really warms up a miniature even if you then paint lighter stuff over it. And you saw me put a little bit of like a lighter brown in the wings, and I was like, oh, I'm going to paint a brown owlbear. A little spoiler, the other owlbear is already brown. And then I was kind of sitting there like, I don't know about this. I'll mix it up. And I was thinking about the snowy owlbear look, and so here we are now. I think it turns out pretty good. The wash really brings it out on this model. It's a very good miniature for sure. But in being my 200th miniature, this... when I first started painting, I never knew I'd end up having a 200th miniature to paint. I never expected to host D&D games where I would use my miniatures. Unfortunately, those are, essentially on a permanent hiatus for the time being, given the situation in the world. And I can't really have people over at my home because of it. But there's other things going on in my life too. I never expected to be so lucky as to find myself in love with my partner, who is in fact the most wonderful, kind, caring, smart, and all around most amazing and supportive person I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. Most of how I've gotten through to today is because of them, and feel just the luckiest person in the world to have met them. And just a little while back, it's been a minute since I originally written part of this script. Most of this is not really scripted, but I have a little cliff notes here. We had passed our 1,000 days of having known each other, and that's a really special milestone that at the start you're hopeful, of course, but you never expect, and then it comes, and then it really kind of reminds you of where you began and how you got here, and so it's something really special, and I'm really appreciative that I got to be here, and that they've been here with me on this journey. I had actually started this little hobby journey not long before I met them, and so the majority of this experience has been with them at my side. And while I did in fact paint them a couple of minis, including a little flail snail named Gary, since snails are one of their favorite animals. I've yet to get them to paint a mini yet. Just something kind of on the milestone list as well. And we actually have a few minis queued up years ago. I got them a little troll mini because it's a very easy mini to paint. It's a bigger mini. And then just the other day, I went into a local hobby shop, which I had not been in for years at this point, about 2 years because of this whole pandemic, and picked up some little bat minis because they love bat, and 2 matching beholder minis. I've never owned a beholder mini, really, and since we have 2 minis, we can kind of paint them together and do our own little unique twist on it, and we're looking forward to that. We're planning that in the future. I don't know if I'll be recording a video related to that, but I will show them off eventually. You know, life's busy right now, but that's definitely one of those things that I'm hoping to cross off my little goal and milestone list that I've got going. And you know, that particular milestone is one of those that, you know, you can only really reach once. You only get to paint a first mini one time. You only get to paint a 200th mini one time, right? But you know, not all of them are one-offs. You know, I was in a really deep depression when I first started painting minis, and painting really helped my, you know, clawing out of that pit. And it took a while to finally work up the strength to even paint that first mini, but doing so really it really changed a lot. And that was just one mini, you know. I It was just my first, but I kept painting after that. It didn't matter if other people thought they were any good. All that matters is that I did it, and I was proud of them. I didn't set out to paint 200 minis those years ago, or 100, or a dozen, or two minis. I just set out to paint one. And at the same time, I wasn't focused on someday reaching 1,000 plus from then, getting to, you know, a head full of expectations on what I should have amassed by that point, what I should have accomplished, whether it was with this hobby or just in life, you know. I really only had one goal, one milestone that I've been repeating every day, and it's just to be here, you know. And that's something that is not easy for everybody right now. It wasn't easy for everybody before either, but honestly, it's the most important goal or milestone you can make, and you get to make it every day. You get a new opportunity, a new chance, is to just be here. You know, this has been a little rough time in history right now, but, you know, it's very easy to get overwhelmed in a little quagmire, and, you know, in terms of things that, you know, you can only do once. Well, you only exist once. You only live that life that is yours one time. And so every day you're here is a gift. No one else will live your life for you, and every day you accomplish a miracle, just being alive. I still worry and struggle from time to time. I can honestly say, focusing around that, you know, it really makes things easier. You stop worrying, you start living. When you reach these milestones, these further off ones, they become a lot more meaningful because you were actually living between them. So, that's going to be enough out of me today. Thank you for watching. Links will be in the description for all the stuff, the socials and all that, and the description. And if you're interested in more content, if you want to subscribe to the channel, if you want to follow me on Twitter at Grotto Goblin to stay up to date on what I'm releasing, that's all going to be down there. So, thank you for listening to this ramble, and hope you have a good one. Stay safe. Get vaccinated if you haven't already, and make sure you let the folks know in your life that you love them. Hopefully I can get some more content out to y'all pretty soon. Working on some more of my little painting diaries where I'm just going through all the minis I've painted in chronological order, about as much as I can approximate given the gaps in the times where I was cataloging. But yeah, and hopefully I'll have some more Kickstarter reviews for a little smaller Kickstarter, a little bit bigger one, and yeah, and I had fun with this little format of me painting a mini on camera like this. Let me know what you think about it. I kind of need to tweak some of the setup, but I think I like it. I think it's pretty good. After finishing this, I did touch this mini up a little bit more, but I'm pretty happy with it and pretty happy with this footage here. So let me know what you think, and if you want to see some more of this, if you want to get into any kind of techniques I used or anything like that. But pretty much, I'm just a regular guy, just regular dude painting minis. No crazy skills required. Just your average goblin. But without further ado, hope you have a good one. Hope you're doing well. Hope to see you again going forward. And feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't. You can ring the bell if you want. I don't post that much, so you're not going to get spammed with any of those notifications. But most importantly, just take care. Keep accomplishing those goals. Every day is another milestone, and you accomplish something just by being you and being alive. Alright, I'll catch you in the next one, but in the meantime, well, let's go paint some minis. Take care.